Bad Gastein is not your typical ski resort. Built into a steep alpine valley, its grand, aging buildings speak to a past life as a spa town, now repurposed for something a little more energetic. Our base for the week, a chalet run by Ski Miguel. Over 100 years old, slightly dated in places, but generous in space, clean and quietly functional. Each morning, the reward is the same. A view that feels worth far more than the price of entry. The day begins simply. A buffet breakfast, with the option of something warmer, a cooked breakfast, or porridge to prepare for the cold ahead. Behind it, a small team, 2 waiting staff and a Slovakian chef, whose consistency quickly becomes something you rely on. And then, out into the mountains. The skiing here demands more than you might expect. There's something slightly surreal about being followed down a mountain. Not by another skier, but by a drone. The DJI Neo 2 lifts off effortlessly behind me, locking on as I glide ahead, carving gently down the slope. For a moment, it feels seamless, like I've got my own film crew tracking me every turn, every shift in balance, every line I choose through the snow, watching, following, documenting. But then, as the pace picks up, the distance stretches, the Neo hesitates, loses its line, and suddenly, it's no longer there. I come to a stop, turn back uphill, and there it is, hovering awkwardly, stranded mid-slope, like a confused observer in the wrong place at the wrong time. In Bad Gastein, the grading feels optimistic. Blues push towards reds. Reds edge towards blacks. And the blacks are something else entirely. One descent in particular threads its way through a narrow bridge, and arches closing in around you, forcing precision, timing, and a degree of commitment. It's not forgiving, but it's memorable. Over the course of the week, the mountains reveal both sides of itself. Fresh snowfall softens everything. Quiet, almost forgiving. Then the sun arrives, turning the slopes golden, brilliance beneath your skis. By March, the lower runs begin to soften, a reminder that the season is shifting. But higher up, the experience remains as striking as ever. And when you stop, you're never far from something worth stopping for. Mountain restaurants are everywhere, rarely more than 2 runs away. From a radler in the sun or an Austrian sausage and fries. Simple food, done well. At around €25 a day, it becomes part of the rhythm. But what defines this week? It's not just the skiing. Each evening, the group returns, gathering around long communal tables. Up to 20 people, but in our case, 12, sharing the same routine. Plans are made over dinner, runs are attempted the next day, and by evening, stories return with them. Successes, mistakes, the occasional injury. And slowly, something shifts. Strangers begin to feel familiar. Conversations move beyond skiing, into careers, histories, entire lives lived before this week began. Many here have skied for decades. For them, the mountain is second nature. For us, Still learning, still improving. It's something to rise to. By Wednesday, the rhythm changes. The chalet takes a pause, a simpler breakfast, and a dinner left to the town itself. It's a moment to step back and see Bad Gastein beyond the slopes. For around £1,200, including flights, accommodation, breakfast, and dinner, it's an experience that's hard to replicate independently. And to that structure, the hosting, and the option to ski in guided groups, fast or relaxed, and the week begins to take shape without effort. We've returned to Ski Miguel for over 5 years now, not just for the mountains, but for everything around them. Because in the end, it's not just the skiing you remember, it's who you shared it with. As always, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.